All right, here we go. Big Daddy Shin with a reaction video. Okay, this isn't really exciting. Okay, so for those who do not know who I am, yes, I am Big Daddy Shin. And so the reason why I'm making this video is, yes, I turned 50 this year. I know a lot of my friends are close to that 50 age. I mean, well, okay, 45 to 50 age, whatever. But then when you get to that age, you have to go get a colonoscopy, okay? And it's not the thing that people want to do, but you know what? We got to do it. And the day before, you have to drink colonoscopy prep. So right now, it is Suprep, this thing right here, okay? So I've been scouring the internet, finding out, okay, I found out that this is supposed to taste really, really bad, all right? But I figured, you know what? How bad could it be? And also, I'm wondering, how fast does it actually take to work? So, you know what? I take that bottle right here. There's two of these, so I got to do this twice, okay? So let me do this first one right here. And, yeah. So, you know, I figure, I know this is kind of like a crappy video. Yeah, I get it, okay? So, oh my gosh, at 38? Well, let's see what happens. So here's two of them, okay? So one of them I'm going to do now, and the other one I'm going to do in a couple hours. So, okay, I have this thing right here. Wait, why is it saying it has trouble playing this video? Don't tell me that. Thanks, Monique, but it's not going to be too happy because I have to do this. All right, so let me take this. I know I opened one already, so let me make sure I got that one. Okay, this is the one right here that I opened, okay? Suprep Bowel Prep Kit. Okay, so I think you're supposed to put it all in here. 6 ounces all in this thing right here. There we go. It smells good. It just smells like, 5-hour energy drink or something like this. Okay? And then so, I know I heard the colder's better thing too, but, what can we do? Oh, God. Yes. Oh, gosh, that does suck. That is horrible. And that was just like a drop. Okay. So, I guess I fill it up to this line. This is bad. Okay, so I have 59 ounces of water that I've been chilling. There's the water that I put in the refrigerator and go for it. Oh, gosh, this is not going to be too good. No way. Just right there? That's it? Okay, whatever the case is, I got to do this. And I heard, okay, so I drink this, and then 30 minutes later, I'm supposed to drink 32 ounces of water. So let me get my timer up here, okay? So there, I got the little timer up in the corner, and I didn't even mix it. But you know what? Well, here we go. Ready, set, go. It's not bad. It's not bad. These people on the other videos are over exaggerating. I'm not going to chug it. Well, maybe. Who knows? Okay, here's the thing. Some people they like, oh, I can't drink that, right? But then they take shots of like alcohol and stuff. It's like no big deal. Oh, I need a chaser. Now, let's be an adult about this. This isn't bad at all. So, yeah, so I mean, people telling me like, oh, I mean, I'm not looking forward to doing the next one. See, I use strategy. I'll tell you after I finish this. I'm just gonna pound it. Why not? Hey, I need more. Okay, there we go. Minute gone by. I'm supposed to drink some more water. I mean, you know what? That's what I'm going to do, actually. Okay, I'm going to chase it with water. 16 ounce. Okay, I'm gonna sip on the other 16. So there's not really too much aftertaste, so I don't think it's that bad. Okay. But anyways, this is what I'm looking forward to. So in order to prep for this, this is what I did. I knew that I would be starving, so I didn't eat today. So I knew that like no matter how bad this thing tasted, I would feel like wanting to eat it. I'm like, okay, you know, I don't care. I'm starving. Oh, I could eat whatever. And then so that might have helped out. And then so one thing that's also relieving is thinking like, okay, the last couple days, I've been eating horribly. Okay, I ate like I don't know, fish burger Friday. I had In-N-Out yesterday, but Last Supper In-N-Out, and then so you know when it's like I don't know. I figure I have all this stuff in me, and then it's like you know what, I could eat whatever I want because tomorrow it's gonna be gonzo. Maybe who knows? But the you know, but then I heard this thing's pretty strong, and it's really gonna make me like yes, yes, Tracy, it's gonna make me crystal clear. And it's so interesting because it's like, you know, being an overweight dude, right? You always feel like you have like some stuff inside you or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is probably good for me, you know? Because, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. But then you sit there playing Clash of Clans forever. And then you're like, oh, gosh, I can't do it, you know? But now it's like I have everything prepped. I have like extra toilet paper right here, right? When I go run over there. And then I have my charger in the bathroom. I don't know how long I'm going to be in there. I mean, who knows, right? I heard the second batch of it is worse than the first. So it's like the first one is like just kickstart your stuff. And then the second one, just go for it. But what I'm looking forward to is just being able to go through the whole process. Even if they have like a polyp or something, I have no idea. You know, you get it and they cut it out and then, you know, you're safe from colon cancer. I have no idea what they feed off of. And thing is, if you guys know like my history of eating food and stuff, you know, I hope these polyps don't feed off Korean barbecue and sushi. Otherwise, I'm screwed, right? Or like on garlic and onions on it. Who knows what it is? But what I'm trying to fathom is what do I eat after this? So you people that got, you know, you people that got it, like you have, I think Susie, you said you had it. Greg, you had one. I don't know if Monique or Eddie ever had one, but I just want to see in real time how much this stuff goes. I mean, I wish I could do like a video of like reaction video while the thing's going on, but then you know I got shut down on that one because it took me about almost a year to get this colonoscopy. That's how good my insurance is. And then I didn't even get this colon prep thing until like a couple days ago. He said, yeah, you know, you should do it like a month ago. Okay. I went to the pharmacy and they said, oh, we're out of it. Can't do it. And I go, oh. You know, your doctor has to do a, you know, a substitute thing or whatever. And then so I go, can you call my doctor? Because whenever I call my doctor, I swear my doctor never picked up the phone. And then it's like, you know, they're really fast. And I don't know. I guess a lot of people getting colonoscopies these days. So I figure, okay, you know what? You know, my brother, he did it without going to sleep. So I figure, okay, I'm going to do it too. And then, you know, I mean, I'm kind of curious on how these things go. I mean, I know what's going on, right? So, well, hopefully I don't have any, Tracy. But then I guess we'll kind of see, right? That'd be the worst thing too. It's like, you know, just imagine if I did it live and also have a polyp. They go, yeah, Mr. Shin got cancer. Is this live? It's like, oh yeah, that sucks. So, all right, Eddie. Yeah, so you're going to see how it is. And then so I drank this thing for 5 minutes. Nothing happened. Maybe my body's solid. Going, shoot, I need double Suprep. Because, you know, people are going, yeah. See, here's a bad part too. It's like now when you start drinking this kind of thing, you're kind of scared to fart. So I'm like going, great. So I'm in this weird situation. I have my air conditioner on. I have a list of movies that I'll probably be watching. I'll probably go through all the Robert Redford movies today. And, you know, just enjoy myself. Hopefully it clears out. I have no idea how long this thing lasts. I'm praying that it's going to finish by like 10 o'clock. So my brother's going to pick me up at 4:45 in the morning. And then I got to get to the place by 5:30. And then, I'll be done at about 9 o'clock. I have no idea when it is, All I know is I'm going to be falling asleep, and then we go for it. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, I wish there's other stuff. People ask me, is this the same as a prostate exam? I don't think so, right? I don't know. I heard I'm supposed to get that thing too. So I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, the medical disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I heard you're supposed to do that. Just in case somebody goes, oh, yeah, Big Daddy Shin's doing it. He told me to do this. He told me to just drink it up, and then I spit it out, and then, I lost all my... No, I mean, I'm just doing this just to see. Best sleep ever, Greg said. Shoot. I don't know. The best sleep was the first day I got my CPAP machine. No, I take it back. The first day sucked because you got to get used to that thing on your face. But maybe like a week into the thing, that was great. I mean, probably the best thing I could probably do is probably lose about 100 pounds, right? But I'm kind of curious on this. Okay, so my eating habits are kind of weird. Okay, if I'm busy, I don't even feel like eating. I'll drop like 15 pounds. When I did that best in world thing, I lost like 15 pounds. No big deal because I just focused the whole time. So, that whole that whole intermittent fasting or whatever. And actually, that wasn't intermittent fasting. That was just fasting, period, right? So I figure if I'm going so I started, my last meal was yesterday night, about like 6. So if I go about a day and a half and then I have an empty colon, I wonder how much into that fast mode am I going? It's just burning fat for the next couple of days. So I'm thinking, gosh, what if I do one more day of fasting, right? And then start eating like baby food or something. That'd be pretty nuts. So I have no idea what it does to your whole digestive system once this thing happens. Because, I always heard people do like the lemonade cleanse and all these other different cleanses and stuff like this. I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They go, oh, you should do this. You should do this. And then, so some work, some don't. I think one of the best ones I did, though, I did some of them. I remember doing the cabbage soup diet. Oh, my gosh. That was great. And then, see, my mom made it really, really good. So I could just eat that thing, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It was no big deal. But it's like, seeing how that stuff works, I could see how, like they're saying, oh, the doctors give cabbage soup diet for people that need to lose a lot of weight in like 2 weeks. And yeah, I did. Can I live off it forever? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, right, Tracy? Totally 70s. Now it's like people are doing like Snickers diet and stuff like that too. I heard that works, by the way. But I don't know. I mean, with this whole thing about adulting, I'm learning about like, maybe I shouldn't spend my money all the time. Maybe I should save my money and buy a house. It's like, oh, okay. But, all these different things. Make sure you keep your kitchen and bathroom clean, right? People didn't tell you why, but I'll tell you why. Because you'll get cockroaches and spiders that eat cockroaches hanging out. And then, don't eat at a certain time. Don't drink this. Don't eat that. It's like, it's funny because when you're a kid, your mom and dad tell you all these different things. Don't do this. Don't do that. It's like, you're whatever, right? But then as we grow up, maturity is learning why we don't do certain things. So, yes, 10 minutes in, this is nothing. So for the people that are tuning in late, like Karen me, right? So I drank the first batch of the Suprep, 11 minutes ago. And then, so it is nothing. A little bit salty. It's like if you put salt in your cough syrup, that's exactly what it tastes like. And then you have to drink water. So I'm about to have I think I was supposed to do this 30-minute whatever, but I'm going to drink a ton of water. I'm going to make sure that everything just flushes out and just go for it. And then at like 6 o'clock, I got to drink the other Suprep thing. But what I notice is it's like, when you see people's reaction videos, right? They'll go, okay, here I am drinking it, and they cut, and then they cut back. Oh, I got to use the restroom. It's like, how much time went between? Okay, so this isn't going to be like the best video ever, but at least you could see up there the right time on when you go. Do they have to put a catheter in for this procedure, or is it a quick enough not to need? I don't know. I don't think they have to put anything up my wiener. Dude. That's what a catheter is, right? They stick it up the thing. Yeah, this is I mean, they just stick a camera up your butt and then they just see what's going on inside. Right? They get the inside scoop. So we're gonna see. I mean, I thought it was gonna be so funny if like you could eat whatever, but then you can't. Because, I'm thinking about all those shows you see, like those medical shows, and you see people going inside, and oh, yeah. And it's funny, too, because I remember those infomercials when those guys, they would, like, carry on this big, like, stuffed animal piece of crap. They go, oh, yeah, you have about, like, 7 pounds of fecal matter inside your... And it's like, shut up. I remember I asked my friend, I don't know why it is. Maybe because it's just bad. Who knows? But maybe a lot of people are watching this one today. Who knows? But then I remember I asked my friend who's a GI. He's one of my really good friends, Brian. And then I go, hey, is it true that in our body we have like about 7 pounds of this stuff? He's all, well, I would kind of have to tend to side with I don't think so. Because whenever we do scopes and stuff, you never see a bunch of, crap on the sides of the intestines. Otherwise, when you stick a camera at people's things, you'll see like, a bunch of, it's like going inside like a chocolate cake or something, right? So the procedure is supposed to be like 10 minutes. So I will go in and then they prep me over there too, knock me out. And when I wake up, it's done. So supposedly my appointment's at 7:30, but you're supposed to be there. The pre-procedure is for 7:30, and then they release me at like 9. But I'm supposed to be there 5:30. So you're not hospitalized. This isn't like they're like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they do. I really don't. All I know is I gotta go. They do take care of their business, and I'm back to work. But good thing it's vacation. So, my plans are as soon as it is done, I'm going to go, take my rest later on the day, go for my walk, go to the gym, and then, I don't know, whatever you do after these type of things. So right now it's 15 minutes and my body is not functioning like whatever, and then so I know I'm talking all this mess right now. You're going to be like, oh, you know what? Later on, it's going to mess you up. And it probably will. I hope it does. I hope that once it starts making use restrooms, that I'm just going to be on the thing forever, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, my intestines are on the floor. I'm like, hey, how'd that get over there, right? But I'm hoping it works. I think it'll work, So that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I didn't take my vitamins. I didn't take my blood pressure medicine. They're saying, don't take this, don't take that. I'm like, oh, great, So when it's all over tomorrow, then I guess I could start doing it. I'm kind of curious actually. I'm gonna do a Google search right now, and then so. I mean, we have nothing better to do, right? And then no, I'm not gonna sing. Let's see. I'm going to go to here. Let's go to Google right there. There we go. Okay. How long does it take for Suprep to finish working? There we go. Finish working. Okay. Water, usually been about an hour. I'm not going to be on here for an hour. Okay. Maybe. The movements can be very large and watery. Do not take any other medications by mouth within 1 hour of starting to drink because your body may not absorb the other medications. Okay, got it. How long after do you stop? 5 to 6 hours of the beginning of the prep to start. Be patient. If you're not having it by midnight, you'll need to reach. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. No. 3 to 4 days? Oh. There should be 10 to 12 hours between the first and second dose. No. They told me it's supposed to be 3 hours. Take the second dose this time. Oh, gosh. This is horrible. All right. You know what? Let's see that. That's a good idea. Can't believe we're going to do this. Live colonoscopy. Let's see what this looks like right here. Hey, these people were able to do it. Why can't I do it?
Live streaming of the colonoscopy. We're live streaming this procedure today as part of colorectal cancer.
Hold on a second. Let me.
To spread awareness of how colonoscopy is an important,
there we go,
painless procedure that actually can prevent colon cancer. We want to demystify the procedure and answer your questions about colonoscopy and about colon and rectal cancers. You're joining us in the UC Irvine Health H.H. Chow Comprehensive Digestive Disease Center, or CDDC for short. We're in one of our outpatient procedure rooms. Let me introduce you to the two doctors who are involved in today's procedure. First, we have Dr. Kenneth.
Okay, I don't care who it is. Let's go.
Full of polyps and so I'm going to put some.
Oh God!
As we come back, helps to push the fold. So.
Oh, that's pretty huge.
So that's an introduction to the instrumentation.
Okay, I'm glad I'm going to be asleep.
Slim and comfortable. So now we'll go ahead and start the procedure. We first place the scope through the anal canal into the rectum. Okay. And right now we're in the rectum now. And I'm going to put some nice lube. Now, there's several ways of performing the colonoscopy. Now, we're in the rectum. The colon is 5 to 6 feet in length, and we're going to journey through the entire colon. We're going to go upstream, so to speak, starting from the rectum and through the splenic flexure, hepatic flexure, and cecum. These are the 4 parts of the colon
that dude is
that
up.
Are attached. The colon is a floppy tube, and we're putting a scope through a floppy tube to inspect every square inch of the colon, looking for either cancer or precancerous polyps. So one of the ways we do that is, now the colon normally is collapsed or flat, so we can either put air. Now we don't use air anymore here, we use CO2 because CO2 dissipates very quickly, so patients are much more comfortable, and when they wake up there's much less recovery and bloating, so there's practically no bloating when they wake up. The newest method is called underwater colonoscopy, where we simply infuse sterile warm water, which helps to open the bowel. And because it's warm, it's very soothing, and it cuts down on the spasm and cuts down on the patient's sense of discomfort. So it's the most comfortable way of doing a colonoscopy, using a warm, sterile water immersion. So here we go. We're infusing some warm water. And what we're doing is looking for the lumen, which is the central part, so that we can safely move the scope and advance it up throughout the colon. And what you're seeing here is just a normal lining of the colon. It's called the mucosa. And the colon has these what we call hostra, or these muscular rings that propel the stool southbound. And so from time to time you'll see us just gently advancing the scope through these muscular rings.
So how are you doing, Dr. Albers?
Oh, I'm doing great. I can feel the warm water. It's just no pain, no discomfort. Maybe just a little.
Why does that guy get to stay up?
Not at all. Not a problem. Really, very interesting experience.
He's
And,
like,
really
I'm chill.
glad
I'm chill. This is
Now,
pretty
It's like
cool.
a colon spa. Right?
to- Yeah, cool.
Now, most patients, the vast majority of patients, are sedated when they have a colonoscopy.
That's
but
true.
You're not having sedation today. Can you tell me why you volunteered to have this done?
Well, this March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and what better way to celebrate the month than have a colonoscopy?
All right, I get to
I really wanted to
celebrate that.
respect the patients who've come before me. I've done many colonoscopies on them, and try
About
to inspire,
what's that?
30,000
About 30,000,
colonoscopies?
yeah. And try to inspire those that are on the edge.
Is
maybe
that crap?
Considering colonoscopy, and just try to demystify it and show them that this is something that everyone can and probably should get done.
If a patient's sedated, what is it like for them, Dr. Albers?
Well, the patient's under sedation. There's different levels of sedation. One is moderate sedation. We use intravenous medications to keep them comfortable and a twilight sleep. And then there's another, we use anesthesiologists, where the patient has a deeper level of sedation. Generally, patients wake up and they don't even recall the procedure. Quite often people want to see the pictures to even say that I actually did a procedure on them. So it's that much of a easy procedure for the patient under sedation.
Yeah, patients are very comfortable. It's an outpatient procedure. And those who elect to go under twilight sedation are very comfortable. We give them the option, patients the option of being more alert and watching on the screen like we're doing now.
Right.
Or some patients say, hey, you know what? Just I'd like to take a nice nap and wake me when it's over, and that's perfectly fine as well.
We're seeing more and more people actually electing to do it without sedation at all. And, it's, not for everyone by any means, but for those patients who are so motivated to do such, it's a very, I think, very rewarding procedure to see your colon on TV. This is the first time I've done it unsedated, and it's quite fascinating.
You've never
for
seen your
myself.
colon before, Greg?
Not on TV, not like this. It's pretty amazing.
So what's the age that someone should undergo a colonoscopy for the first time?
It's so fascinating.
Yeah, so, colon cancer, Marcy, is the second leading cause of cancer death in the United States. This year, approximately 150,000 patients will get diagnosed with colon cancer. So it is a national killer. Sadly, colon cancer could essentially be preventable because almost every colon cancer arises from colon polyps. And that's what we're doing today. Now, studies have shown that 90+% of patients who are diagnosed with colon cancer are already beyond the age of 50. So the recommendation, according to all of our societies, is that patients who have no increased risk of colon cancer, this is the average, anybody at the age of 50 should get a screening colonoscopy. That's why
That's
50
me.
is chosen. Now, if you're African American, they have a higher colon cancer risk. The recommendation is at age 45. And then, obviously, if you have familial risk, 1 degree, first degree relative, or 2 first degree relatives with colon cancer, then you want to get your colonoscopy 10 years before that relative was diagnosed with colon cancer. So if they were diagnosed at age 50, you want to get your colonoscopy at age 40.
So that's Greg at
So
age
essentially,
38.
for most people, it's once you hit the age 50, happy birthday, come
Yes.
get your colonoscopy.
And then afterwards, to have it redone again.
Yeah, so if your colonoscopy is clean, as we're hoping to see with Dr. Albers here, then you are scheduled to come back in 10 years. So it's a once in 10-year screening procedure. If, however, we find polyps, depending on how many.
I'm about to throw up every
and
time I see those
size.
little
So
morsels.
up
I'm
to
like,
3 small polyps, we say come back in 5. years. If we see greater than 3 polyps or a large polyp, then we say come back in 3 years. So, with all
where
of
are
our
we now?
talking,
Oh, I'm sorry.
we're at the very top of our colon.
Okay.
What we're seeing in the middle of the screen is what we call the appendiceal orifice. That's where the appendix comes out of the colon. And that happens at the very, very top of the colon, at the beginning of the colon. So that's one of the landmarks that tell us we've actually seen all of the colon that we need to see.
Right.
And we've reached our destination, so to speak.
All right.
So at this point, the prep has been very, very good. I don't know, Greg. I don't know what you ate last night or yesterday.
It is gold specks, I think. Golden.
So, but now our job is just to slowly come back, and we get 2 looks at least of every square inch of the colon, one on the way in and one on the way back. The way back is the more careful inspection, and in the right side of the colon, which is where we are now, we want to inspect this area at least 2 times, if not 3, because the miss rate is highest on the right side of the colon. Now, up on the left side of the screen, let me see if I can show that to you. Here.
Okay, I think I can't watch this anymore.
I'm gonna change
Well, I guess, okay,
the
fine,
filter
watch it.
on the imaging. Can you see those little nubby things on the left side?
Sea anemones.
Yeah.
Right. That's the small bowel. The small bowel mucosa have villi, and these villi increase the absorptive surface area of the small intestine. The colon, we said, is 5 feet long. The small intestine is 20 feet long.
Wow.
But with the presence of the villi, the surface area is the size of a football field. So the small bowel is just a crazy surface area that has a crazy surface area to absorb all the nutrients that we take in.
Okay.
So we're going to go back and take a second look through that right colon. Again, we come up to the appendix here. We can wash and move any small debris. We just don't want to miss a polyp that may be, say, hiding behind stool.
What would a polyp look like?
Polyp would look like a growth. There's 2 versions. One is more of like a cauliflower with a stem and a head. And the others, which are now known to be harder to find and more risky, are the flat sessile serrated adenomas. Those polyps are like dropping the pancake on the kitchen floor, and the kitchen floor is yellow.
Oh, okay.
So harder to find and harder to remove. But we have a very high rate of detecting even these difficult polyps within our faculty. Which gets to the whole concept of adenoma detection rate.
Right.
We now have report card or quality measurements for what determines a good colonoscopy. So it's not just the fact that you did it, but over time that you were able to find a certain percentage of polyps, which statistically should be what you find. And nationally, the criteria is you need to find at least 25% of your patients in this screening venue you should be able to find an adenomatous polyp or precancerous polyp. So amongst our faculty, we're between 30 and 55%. Dr. Albers has one of the highest adenoma detection rates, I think, in the country. What is your ADR?
49%.
49%.
No, it's not about me falling asleep.
So
it's
we
just
take
me
care
looking at
in-
this dude's
in
crap
really
in his
trying to look for
intestine
these
right now.
polyps.
I'm
So
like,
that was the second round.
it's like
Now,
I don't
again,
want to
look
watch
the
this,
left.
but I kind of do.
That's the small bowel, and sometimes we can just take a peek into the small bowel. All right, so this is
There
the
you
small
go.
bowel,
Yeah.
and if I turn on the narrowband imaging, that's just a button I push to change the filter, and you can see how it can highlight the contrast, and that's how we detect these difficult to detect polyps. We have high definition imaging, we have narrowband imaging, we have underwater magnification. These are all techniques that improve the detection rate. So the things that factor into finding polyps is a good prep, and Dr. Albers has a beautiful prep. The time, studies have shown that if I take less than 6 minutes coming back and looking, I'm going to find less polyps, which makes sense. If I take 6 minutes or more, then I'm going to find more polyps. So time is important.
We have a Twitter question here that's right on that
Okay.
subject.
Oh, okay.
From Twitter, if benign polyps are found, does that mean you're at risk for colon cancer, or is it normal to find polyps?
Well, by normal, typically about 30% of men and 20% of women on a screening colonoscopy will have polyps. Now, they don't belong there, so they're not normal, but that's the typical statistics. Once we find these polyps, we remove them completely. So a colonoscopy is not only a diagnostic test, it's a therapeutic test. We detect and we remove the polyp on the same procedure.
Hey, Tracy, how many did Greg
so
have?
not only do we know that these are precancerous polyps, but the risk is gone once they're removed.
And we may not find any here today, but can you describe how you remove a polyp?
Sure, we have different instrumentations that we put through the working channel, this small little channel. We can put these forceps, biopsy forceps, or these snares that loop around. We can actually show you a biopsy forceps. So this is the third time now I'm coming back to that same right colon, taking a very careful look. And I'm switching between high definition white light and now narrowband imaging and now high definition white light. So these are, so this is what a biopsy forceps looks like. So if you can open that, see it opens and closes, opens, closes, and we can just advance that through the working channel of the scope, and it goes through the entire length of the scope and pulls out the polyp and removes it. We also have these snares or loops that likewise go through and just cut the polyp. When the polyps are removed, the patient does not feel it at all, which is a good thing. The colon, the only pain that the colon feels is stretch. That's why we take a lot of care in not using room air. We use CO2. We use water, warm water, so that the patient doesn't feel uncomfortable with the stretch. Are you feeling uncomfortable?
I feel perfect. It's amazing. Yeah, it's.
Now the other thing you see over on the right side of the screen, here and there, you see these little blue hands, and that was the that was the endocuff that we talked about that we put on the tip of the scope. So as let me see if I can demonstrate that for you. As we slide by these large folds, you see the purple hands there at the right side?
Yeah.
See how they're pushing the folds aside and allowing me to see behind the folds so that the polyps that are on the other side will be revealed. So we have some helping hands inside the colon.
We're doing a lot of research here at UC Irvine using these adjunctive tools, including the endocuff, and has shown significant improvement in detection of polyps.
I should have went there for my
and especially in the right colon, we have
colonoscopy.
the folds are deeper, and they're just more. The flatter polyps tend to hide behind folds.
I think we have a polyp
we
here,
are lucky.
Okay. All right.
Everything's relative, I guess. But
All right.
Okay,
now-
so this is a small flat polyp. It's maybe 2-3 millimeters. And let's do the biopsy forceps. It's a small polyp, so this should, with 1 or 2 bites, we should be able to remove that safely.
there are no pain receptors on the inner parts of the colon, so I'm not even feeling anything when Dr. Chang takes that off.
So we've slid back a little bit just by peristalsis.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? I don't even see it.
Forceps.
Where are you roughly in the
In the colon?
In the colon.
Yeah, we're near the hepatic flexure, so it's the right side of the colon just under the liver.
Oh, okay.
So again, it was a small 2 millimeter polyp. We just need to
Where is it?
relocalize it.
You guys see it?
The load peristalsis. The scope got pushed further downstream.
After we catch this polyp, we're going to talk about how you prepare for a colonoscopy, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah. Let's get this first.
So Greg, you took some, what did you take last night?
Well, I took because I actually donated one of my kidneys to my wife 3 years ago. I only have one kidney, and because of that, I wanted to be extra safe. So I took 4 liters of the bowel prep, the jug prep, so to speak, called Go Lightly, probably the most misnamed medication in history. But that being said, I took half last night and then half at around 3 or 4 this morning, and a splitting of the dose really makes a big difference. I know there's some specks of gold in there, and I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you, but for the most part,
It's
it really
crap.
makes it much
That's
better
what it
difference
is.
if we split dose the bowel prep. So I did use the 4 liters of Go Lightly bowel prep, but there are other options for patients.
I know, Tracy, do you think Greg's getting up his kidney?
A lower volume bowel prep. One's called Suprep, to movie prep. A lot of patients like a Miralax prep where it's mixed with Gatorade. But I wanted to take the safest one possible for my kidney.
And the idea is to just induce a lot of diarrhea.
Right. All the bowel
Clearing it
preps
all
are
out.
got to get rid of all the stool. So I go on a clear liquid diet the day before the procedure. Although we're doing research here at UC Irvine, with Dr. Samaracina as a lead researcher, actually one of my colleagues, showing that actually a low residual bowel prep can lead to just as good of cleansing, and thus I think in the future we may be able to even forego the clear liquid diet the day before. So
And
that's
eat what? Some low residue
Low
foods,
residual
you said,
diet, right.
Which would be like white bread.
bread,
And
bagels, some things like that. Yeah.
so it's not quite the deprivation the
Right.
day before, making
Right.
the patient.
I heard you could eat macaroni and cheese.
Right.
A little less reluctant to
Right.
undergo the colonoscopy.
Right.
And the bowel prep is really important because what happens if you don't have a good bowel prep?
Yeah, if you don't have a good bowel prep, you obviously can't see around, you can't see well. Polyps may be hidden by stool, and we can actually clean the bowel, as we can see here. So if there's some small little residual parts, we can actually see clean very easily. But if it's coated with a large amount of stool, it's very difficult to see. So it really is important for the patient to do a really good job of a bowel prep.
Okay.
And I did my very best, and I think I would actually grade myself as having a grade. We use a Boston bowel prep score, and I give myself 3s.
Okay.
Not that I'm biased, but
And what's the highest score?
3s.
Oh, of course. Okay. And are we back to the polyp?
Yeah, so we went all the way back up, so that as I come back the second
Okay.
time, I don't want to miss it.
Okay.
It's a bit of a needle in the haystack. It's only
Okay.
2 millimeters in size, so we're going to just carefully, all eyes. We have 8 pairs of eyes here. We're going to go and find that little 2 millimeter polyp. So on the first time that we saw it, it was here it is.
There it is.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see how the endocuff makes a big difference in how it helps to hold back those folds.
All right,
There.
open.
Good. Beautiful.
Close. Okay, we just glanced it, but that helps to mark it as well. Open.
And you didn't feel anything then?
No, not at all.
Close. Okay.
Goodbye.
So everything is magnified, so you see a little bit of bleeding there, but with a little bit of lavage and time, the bleeding spontaneously stops, and Dr. Alvarez did not feel this at all.
And now what happens to that tissue that you just removed?
So that polyp that was safely removed goes
I don't feel it
to
yet.
pathology. They then create a pathology slide It's a 2 to 3 day process to create a slide and look under the microscope, look at the cells to determine what kind of polyp this may be. There are 3 kinds of polyps: the hyperplastic polyp, which is benign and not precancerous; the adenomatous polyp, which is benign and precancerous; and then there's the sessile serrated adenoma, which is benign but revved up towards cancer.
And how long does it take for each type of those polyps to develop into a cancer?
Into a cancer. So a polyp of this size, if we had not removed it, 10 to 15 years could become a cancer. Not all polyps become cancers, but almost all cancers came from polyps.
Okay.
The so-called flat or sessile serrated polyps typically can have a timeline of 2 to 5 years to develop into a cancer. So it's really important.
So here you can see that the bleeding has stopped,
Right.
and then I can safely come back.
Right.
I don't need to suture it. I don't need to close it. Only very, very large polyps. We
Melakalikimaka.
need to actually close the wound.
Right, Ms. Fargo.
This is a simple biopsy, so we're safe.
Good.
We have some more Twitter questions here.
Oh, good.
Dr. Albers, will you feel any discomfort after this colonoscopy?
I anticipate none at all. I have with the CO2. I'm probably not going to pass much gas at all, and I anticipate going about my day regularly. I drove myself here. I'm going to drive myself home, and I'm going to do a little bit of work afterwards. But I anticipate no discomfort, no problems, no issues whatsoever.
Now, if you were under sedation, things would be a little different for you today.
Yeah, if I was under sedation, I would actually be getting a ride home, and I would have a recovery time of at least a half hour, just to make sure everything's looking good and my vital signs are stable before going home with the driver. And we also tell patients not to drive for at least 24 hours after the procedure, and not to make any important decisions like buying a house or something like that, just in case of the sedation.
I have another question here. Why don't you take this one, Dr. Chang?
Okay.
I hope I pronounced this right. I had erythematous mucosa in the rectum. What does this mean and how is it treated?
Erythematous mucosa
Thank you.
is not specific. It just means a little bit red on endoscopy. And sometimes a little bit red could be inflammation, or it could be something of concern. So we would typically biopsy that. And if the biopsy is reassuring that there's no concern for polyp tissue,
I know, right, Tracy?
and no diagnosis of inflammatory bowel disease.
How did I get
then
this house in
it could be some
Hesperia?
irritation.
Right?
Sometimes even the prep itself can irritate. So we're just going slowly back. Our purple hands are moving the folds so that we can see behind them. Oh, I think.
That one there?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's see.
So, Dr.
No,
Chang, can
no,
you?
no.
Oh.
See, that was a fake out. That was
Yeah.
that was a mucus ball that pretended to be a polyp, but we were able to move that along with just lavaging it.
Dr. Chang, can you tell what type of polyps they are by just looking at them?
You know, we with the advancing technology, we're getting closer and closer to about a 90% predictive, even without removal. We're not quite there yet, not quite ready for prime time using imaging only. So currently, the standard of practice is to remove the polyp. But there's a lot of intense research that we're doing here as well, so that we can diagnose these polyps with a virtual biopsy or by imaging technologies.
Dr. Albers, I know you have a phrase that you like, PT3, about the marks of a good colonoscopy. Can you briefly explain that?
Well, yeah, I say
All right,
PT3
Tracy.
is cancer-free or PT3.
Now you know that you have different things to see
Right now,
from
we really, it's quality. This colonoscopy by itself.
here
But we want
or
quality
Friday night
colonoscopy.
singing.
It really is kind of a marriage of good bowel prep on the patient's part, and then on the physician's part, it's time, as Dr. Chang talked about. We like at least 6 to 8 minutes during the withdrawal time.
We're way over that.
We're way over that for sure, so we're fine there. But also, it's technique.
You know what?
withdrawal.
That's true. Okay, so we've seen a lot of this kind of stuff. I was just trying to kill time to see when this whole thing's going to work on me. But I feel like I'm still, maybe I'm constipated. Who knows? But I know this is a little bit different than me singing in Spanish on Fridays. I get it. But I don't know. We'll see. But all I know is that I'm not worried about the actual colonoscopy. That's not a question. It's just that I wanted to see, on this video, I wanted to see what that stuff tastes like, which I'm going to have to take again in a couple hours. And then how long it takes to work on my body. But it's not working. It's not working. So I could have went to the gym probably right now and worked out for 45 minutes. Who knows? I could have ran a marathon. I don't know. There's a lot of different things you can do in 45 minutes. So that's why, I don't know. We should have the over-under. So that's about it. I guess this is why the people, they have those cutoff videos going like, oh, it worked. It didn't work. Or, they think, okay, I just adjusted. So maybe it's going to work within 15 minutes. Maybe I should drink more water. Let's find out. So I'm trying to be the average person right now. Drinking the water, drinking the Suprep, and seeing how long it goes. So it's been 48 minutes up there. 48 minutes since I started drinking the prep. And nothing. Nada. But you and me both hope that it works out well, right? We're going to see how much work I get on my computer, I guess, or on my phone. But I don't know. I think the whole thing was, I did overthink this. It's like, well, how am I gonna sleep? How am I gonna do this? Whatever. I should just went on my regular day, just ate the stuff and just went. Because the whole starving thing, just the thing about me thinking about it, that's what got me. But then now that I saw the inside of that dude, I don't want these gold flakes like hanging out inside me, right? Give the doctor surprise to look at. And then I didn't know it's a competition. They grade your prep, your colon cleanse. But I don't know. Anyways, any questions? Any conversation? Okay. I think I feel my stomach bloating. I know, right? So that's why before this, I made sure my bathroom was clean. I took a shower. I shaved, all this stuff, because I know I'm going to be miserable for the next couple hours. I get it, right? And then so, I don't know. Greg said he lost 8 pounds on his cleanse. I'm so tired, and I know I can't go to sleep. I have to sleep later. Yeah. I don't even know how to pass time. Because normally, I would have just drank it, watch a movie, see what happens. But this way, I'm seeing the actual exact time how it's going. I'm predicting it's going to be an hour. People said it's about an hour. You gained it back at breakfast. So, how many times did you do it? Did you do it more than once, or is that? Are you one of those one time doing it? I always wonder this too. It's like, oh gosh, I'm so tired now. Maybe the thing gave me food coma. Who knows? Right? So, when people say like, oh yeah, it cleans you out, whatever. I wonder if what happens if you do it too much. You try to cleanse your body too much. But this one, I'm going to try and clean it with stuff. Regular food. I'm going to make sure I'm doing it right, too. Because that thing that scared me was when they're talking about, you do one, and then you do the other one like a couple hours later. I mean, like, the next day. So you have 5 p.m. a day before your procedure. She told me to go earlier because I'm super early in the morning. 5:30, drink 2 more containers of water. All right. I don't know why they say drink it through a straw. And 8 p.m. on day before procedure. Yeah, same thing. It's 3 hours. But it says midnight. Don't eat or drink anything except small sip of water. So, all right. From midnight till whatever. I guess I will be pretty hungry after the whole thing. Then you drink a small sip of water. What I hope that doesn't happen is they tell me I got to do it again. I don't know. But I remember when I was doing the apple cider vinegar stuff. That stuff tastes like crap, But once again, it's like, my friend suggested, yeah, you should drink it like a shot. Okay. I mean, a shot of apple cider vinegar is not as bad as a shot of other stuff. Right? But this one, yeah, okay, I guess so. Oh. Okay. Ooh. I'll turn. But yeah, I can't wait to just feel like there's like nothing inside me. That's going to be great. And then I'll look more slim on next Friday. Just so you know, I thought all this stuff was going to like work in about like 30 minutes. I didn't think it was going to be like this long. All right. I think I'm done. I'm just going to stay on just so like people could forward it later and see like, oh, how long it took. But I feel horrible. Wait, hold on. Can't be that bad. What? You explode all of a sudden at once? I mean, honestly, that'd be awesome. I just hope it's not one of those, it just trickles out for hours. I'd rather just like everything gone. But let's see. Let's see what happens. So you people watching on Facebook or on YouTube, looking for something to happen. I don't even know what to say anymore. Okay, I'll shut this off after an hour. But as an hour into this thing, I feel like it's coming on. Okay? But it doesn't feel like it's going to happen like right now. I mean, like, I don't know. I can't predict the future on this one. All right, Miss Wargo, thanks for coming. Everybody coming. You know what I'll do? I will keep track of time. In the comments, I'll write how long it lasted. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. So this is what it's like to eat your colonoscopy medicine and prep. I'll see you next time.